Hello and welcome back to the workshop. Last week we focused on stock work. We shaped the grip, fit the recoil pad, said goodbye to a dear friend. Rest in peace, Ranger. On this week's episode we are doing lots of metalwork, starting with the barrel. Because this barrel is just a steel rod with a twisting hole cut into it, we will need to do a lot of math, fitting, filing, and chip removal. To start, I noticed there was some damage in the start of the bore, so to fix this I will need to cut off 500 thousandths to bypass it. So let's get it set up on the lathe. I forgot to film this part, but the barrel shank needs to be machined down so that it can be threaded to fit into the receiver. I believe threading was one of the most consequential inventions in human history. It was developed by Joseph Whitworth. He's known as the father of precision engineering. Smarter Every Day has a really good video on him, and I'll leave that link in my description. The next step will be chambering. We will need to cut a cavity in the bore in the exact shape and size as the 4570 bullet. This is done with a reamer, and for those who don't know, a reamer is a cutter that's the exact dimensions of the bullet that you're chambering. This can be done on the lathe, but doing it by hand is more traditional, so get ready to watch me turn a handle. Now we have another problem to solve. The extractor doesn't have the clearance it needs to grab that rim, so we need to cut an extractor cut, which is redundant, but it needs to be done. And this is what we're going to replicate. This is the extractor cut on, I think that's a Lee Enfield. Wait, you tell me, is that a Lee Enfield? You guys are so good at that part. You know what? Let's get into that parts game right now. All right, you guys did pretty good last time, especially with that Farquharson lever. I didn't think anyone was gonna get that, but a lot of you did, so that's a little embarrassing. Anyways, as always, leave your answers in the comments. If you get it right, I'll shout you out in the next video. Okay, so back to work here. We need to get cutting on that extractor cut. This is a super crucial area and there's really zero room for mistakes because you'll have unsupported case if you cut it too far. A whole host of problems could go wrong. What we need is clearance right here so that the extractor claw can grab that rim, and it needs to be done without breaking into the chamber. As I was saying, that can be dangerous if a case ruptures. And as you can see, we're pretty much to that point now, so we can finally put the barrel into the receiver. freaking perfect. It is a zero tolerance fit, right? And don't get too excited, me, okay? We still have to try this with the extractor on. And, oh no. Now, that means the cutout wasn't exactly right, so we're gonna have to alter things just a bit. But there is a good tool for this. And now we need to find the wriggle. Oh my gosh. Is that a shop beer? Okay, I'm sorry you had to see that. I don't even know who approved that in the final video here. That doesn't represent me as a person, as a professional gunsmith. So what I'm saying is this grill lighter. You use the flame to soot up the part, and then you ram it in there, right? And you see that shiny spot. You can see it there. Then you need to file that off. And then you'll be able to, you can relieve wherever the parts are contacting. Gunsmithing. It's easy. All right, let's get the music going. And there you go. That is the face of a happy boy who has finally figured it out. That is going to wrap up this episode. We got a significant deal of work done, and we can get back to stock shaping. We will be starting off next episode with loads of fitting, inletting, and finishing the stock. It may not seem like it now, but we are getting close to wrapping this series up. And with that being said, I'll see you next Tuesday.